Violence against children is a grave human rights issue that encompasses physical, emotional, sexual neglect, emotional abandonment, child labor, trafficking, and other forms of exploitation. According to UNICEF, 1 in 2 children experience VAC, with 1 in 5 girls and 1 in 13 boys facing sexual violence. These forms of violence have long-lasting effects on children's emotional well-being and can lead to mental health problems. VAC often occurs in communities and schools where children are vulnerable to torture due to perceived behavior issues. To combat VAC, Raising Voices has partnered with journalists through training programs aimed at raising awareness and creating long-lasting solutions.
Power over or abuse of power is the root cause of violence against children. And like we said, we all have power and we can use it in different ways. But when we abuse the power that we have, what happens is violence.
As Raising Voices, we are a small organization. In our work of preventing violence against children, we realize that we can't do it alone. It's a very big problem that needs several stakeholders to work with. And journalists are one category that we thought about to work with. Why? Because we believe in this concept of power, that when we work with others, when we use our power with others, when we join power with journalists, for example, we can spread the gospel of preventing violence against children, because journalists have platforms that can reach masses that Raising Voices as an organization cannot reach. So that's why we convened journalists to talk to them about the problem of violence against children, to help them understand this problem and start a conversation in the public sphere about preventing violence.
Journalists play a vital role in informing the public, but it's essential to prioritize their mental well-being when covering traumatic stories. Yvonne Laroni emphasizes the importance of managing journalistics' mental health while reporting on VAC.
Some of these journalists also cover a lot of stories of violence, and so it's very important that even they themselves know about mental health, because while they are covering these stories, they also go through a lot of challenges themselves, the depression, the what, because of what they are constantly covering. And so they also need to learn so they can also take care of their own mental well-being. And when they take care of their mental well-being, then they're in a good place to really document and bring out good stories, because they themselves are in a good position. And so this partnership is not only to take out information out there, but also for this information to start with the journalists themselves, because everyone needs to take care of their mental health, regardless of what role you're playing in the society.
She also highlights alternative strategies for teachers and parents to respond to mental health issues, fostering a safe learning environment.
Advocating for many, one is that we need to help students, even teachers themselves, discover their power within. That self-belief, the power to change their own circumstances, it gives them hope, it gives them the confidence that things can change and that things will not remain like that, and that they have what it takes to change some of the circumstances that they are going through, or they have what it takes not to allow the circumstances to put them down, because circumstances might come, but how you respond is what makes a difference. The other thing also is that we need to help our students develop basic skills for managing day-to-day mental health challenges, skills like seeking support, skills like journaling, skills like meditation, skills around positive self-talk, skills around problem solving. Some of these skills can be very vital when it comes to addressing mental health problems.
To ensure positive change in VAC reporting, journalists share the key approaches and lessons learned.
I'm happy that I've been able to pick a few takeaways regarding the raising of children and their rights. according to what we see today, we need these voices to come over and over again because children are not in the right hands.
In general, journalism is based on truth and ethics, and in respect to violence against children, that becomes even more important. The ethics, and ethics includes protecting, let me say, survivors of violence so that you don't then expose them to more harm and damage. And that was one of the points that came out strongly during this training, raising voices.
Keeping the victim's confidentiality and image, because these stories, such acts create a long life impact against children. For example, someone who has been defiled can fail to get married because on the other way around, they have seen her story in publication. So it's our responsibility as journalists to cover up the images of these people. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about is character assassination. As journalists, let us focus on the cause, on the case. For example, if someone came to raise a case of defilement, let us not divert the case. Let us focus on the cause and do more research while covering these stories. By working together, journalists, educators, and communities can raise awareness about VAC, promote policy change and advocacy, support survivors and their families, foster a culture of non-violence and respect, and ensure children's rights to education and protection. Nagujja Serena, NSTV.